I didn't change my wax, my skin changed. It's a realization that hit me hard after turning 40. For years, my waxing routine was the same, but suddenly, it was painful, irritating, and left my skin looking worse than before. I wondered if I was alone in this, but it turns out, so many women in cities like Toronto, London, Sydney, and New York deal with the same issues: dry indoor air, stress, and those sneaky hormonal skin shifts that change everything. I thought I had to give up on smooth skin, but then I learned a secret: it wasn't the wax, it was my routine. Once I adjusted how I prepped my skin, everything changed for the better. Let's start with the biggest factor: our skin after 40 holds less moisture. It's a natural part of aging. Hormonal shifts reduce the natural oils that keep our skin supple and hydrated. And here's the kicker: dry skin grips wax differently. Instead of the wax grabbing just the hair, it sticks to your dry skin, which is a major reason why waxing suddenly hurts so much more. This can lead to skin lifting and irritation. The key isn't to stop waxing, but to focus on moisture balance. A simple, gentle prep routine can prevent this trauma and make the whole experience comfortable again. This leads me to my next point: old waxing habits age poorly. Seriously, what worked at 25 can backfire spectacularly at 45. Rushing the process and pulling faster thinking it'll be over sooner? That just increases irritation on more delicate skin. Skipping prep because you never needed it before? That's a direct invitation for skin tearing and redness. Mature skin demands patience. It needs a little more TLC. Using a slightly lower wax temperature and taking your time will give you far better, and less painful, results than the old grip it and rip it method. And it's not just our skin, our hair texture changes, too. You might notice hair becoming finer or sparser in some areas, or maybe the growth patterns have shifted slightly. This means your old waxing strategy might not be effective anymore. The wax needs a better grip on these changing hairs, and the direction you apply and pull the wax matters more than ever. The professional secret here is to work in smaller, more manageable sections. It gives you more control and ensures the wax can properly adhere to the hair for a cleaner, gentler lift. Now, let's talk about a hidden problem: over-exfoliating. I used to think scrubbing my skin really well before waxing was the right thing to do. It turns out, scrubbing too hard actually makes waxing worse. When you use harsh physical scrubs, you're creating invisible micro-tears in your skin. Then, when you apply hot wax over that already sensitized area, the pain and irritation are amplified. The solution is gentle exfoliation, and timing is everything. Use a mild chemical exfoliant or a soft cloth 24 to 48 hours before you plan to wax. You want your skin to be calm and smooth, not raw. Calm skin allows the wax to lift the hair perfectly without extra drama. This next tip honestly changed everything for me. Pre-wax oil is not optional after 40. I used to think it was just a fancy, unnecessary spa step, but I was so wrong. A good pre-wax oil creates a thin, protective barrier between your skin and the wax. This magical barrier ensures the wax sticks firmly to your hair but not to your skin. It dramatically reduces skin pull, redness, and pain. It's the standard in professional spas for a reason. You don't need much, often, just a single drop is enough to transform your waxing experience from an ordeal into a simple, smooth process. Temperature also matters so much more now. Too hot equals trauma, plain and simple. As we get older, our skin can become a little thinner and more sensitive to heat. What felt fine years ago might now be too hot, increasing the risk of burns and inflammation. So, you absolutely must test the wax temperature on your inner wrist every single time before you apply it. Your comfort should always come first. Aim for a consistency that's like warm honey, effective but gentle. Consistency over speed is the new mantra for happy, mature skin. Let's go back to section size, because it can make or break your results. Smaller sections equal less pain. When you try to wax a huge area all at once, you lose control. It leads to uneven pulling, more tugging on the skin, and a higher chance of breaking hairs instead of removing them from the root. Working in small, 2-inch sections might feel slower, but it gives you much cleaner removal and a far more comfortable experience. It's a classic professional technique that is incredibly easy to adopt at home for better, more even results. Another non-negotiable professional trick is stretching the skin. Unstretched, loose skin is far more likely to get lifted or bruised during a wax. By holding the skin taut with your free hand as you pull the wax strip, you create a firm, stable surface. This simple action does 3 amazing things: it prevents the skin from lifting, it helps the hair release more cleanly from the follicle, and it significantly reduces redness and pain. It requires a little patience and coordination, but once you get the hang of it, you'll wonder how you ever waxed without it. It's a standard of care for a reason. Your job isn't over when the hair is gone. Aftercare is what determines your recovery speed. Immediately after waxing, your skin is vulnerable. Applying a cool compress can instantly calm redness and soothe the area. For the next 24 hours, it's crucial to avoid anything that could introduce more heat or friction. That means no hot showers, saunas, or tight clothing. Let your skin breathe and wear loose, comfortable fabrics. Staying hydrated also helps your skin repair itself from the inside out. Think of recovery as a vital part of the waxing process, not an afterthought. Here's a silent irritant that many people overlook: fragrance. Those beautifully scented lotions and body washes might feel luxurious, but they can seriously delay healing after a wax. Fragrances, whether natural or synthetic, can be major irritants on freshly waxed, open pores. For at least a day or two after waxing, switch to simple, fragrance-free products. Look for calming ingredients like aloe vera or chamomile. Dermatologist-approved basics for sensitive skin are your best friends during this recovery phase. Keeping it simple is the fastest way back to calm, happy skin. We also have to acknowledge that our lifestyle affects our skin's sensitivity. Our busy, modern lives can change our skin's tolerance. If you're not getting enough sleep or you're under a lot of stress, your body's inflammatory response is heightened, which can literally make waxing feel more painful. Urban lifestyles, with pollution and climate-controlled air, also contribute to skin dryness and sensitivity. It's important to listen to your body. If you're feeling run down, maybe postpone your wax for a day or two. Adopting gentle routines in all aspects of your life helps build more resilient skin. With all this in mind, you might need to adjust your waxing frequency. Less often is sometimes better. Your skin needs adequate time to recover and for the hair to grow to the proper length for effective removal. Overwaxing, or waxing when the hair is too short, just traumatizes the skin for no reason and can lead to thinning and damage over time. Respect your personal hair regrowth cycle. The goal is long-term skin health, not just temporary smoothness. It's about quality over frequency. It's also okay to admit that not every area needs to be waxed. As your skin and hair change, you might find that some areas have become too sensitive for waxing. Maybe tweezing, trimming, or another hair removal method is a better option for certain spots. A combination approach often works best. There is no one-size-fits-all rule for hair removal. Your personal comfort and skin health should always be the top priority. True confidence comes from making choices that feel right for your body. When you look at how professionals work, you'll notice they always focus on the skin first. Prep is more important than the removal itself. They use skin mapping techniques to understand hair growth patterns, and they create a calm, controlled environment. They educate their clients on proper aftercare. The great news is that we can take all of this logic and apply it to our at-home waxing routines. By prioritizing skin protection, we can achieve professional-level results without the professional price tag. Ultimately, the real goal is calm, healthy, and smooth skin. Hair removal should never feel like a punishment. It's a form of self-care, and comfort is absolutely achievable at any age. Our skin changes as we go through life, and our aging skin deserves respect and gentle care. True confidence comes from this gentleness, and you'll find that your results actually improve when you start treating your skin with the respect it deserves. Waxing didn't fail me, my routine just needed to grow with me. If you're waxing at home, the next video shows the single mistake most women make right before waxing, and how to fix it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on caring for your skin.